Hey guys, thank you so much for joining the stream tonight. Just wait a few more minutes. Hopefully some more people will join here. Get everything set up. Let's see here, just get everything situated. That should be fine. Alrighty. Um, so I want to first start off by saying thank you to Lemon76 of Wonder Dads Gaming. Without him, this wouldn't be possible. Don't forget, you can always check out his videos every Friday night, and he's got more of the gaming side of it, where we have more of the racing side. Next, I want to say thanks to Nick Frank and everybody in the Fun League who made this possible. Thank you for letting us make this video. And thank you to everybody in the Fun League who submitted their paints and submitted their logos, and couldn't do this without you guys. So thank you to all of you. So before we get started, I'd like to take a minute to explain why I made this video. And there's three reasons. First reason is my goal is to get everyone in the league excited and pumped up for the upcoming season. Basically, I'm super excited about this new NASCAR season. It's going to be and the biggest and best season yet. Basically, what I mean by that is the longest season, and we're going to have the most amount of people in there with broadcasting and a season sponsor and things like that. It's going to be the best season. So I just want to get everybody excited for it, go over the details, and show you what's coming um, in the upcoming season and coming races. Secondly, I wanted to show my appreciation for the league and everybody in this, all the members. So thank you to all you guys. I just want to show you how much it means for me to be in this league, and just basically that's about it. And lastly, for our new members and viewers, I wanted to show off who we are as a league and introduce you people to the next generation of NASCAR. So some of the people that are watching my streams or are new to the league, if you don't know exactly what the next gen car is, if you race mainly on dirt and you're trying this out for the first time, I made a couple of these slides just kind of showing you what the next gen car is and what we'll be racing and what it's gonna kind of be like in this upcoming season. So without further ado, let's get started. And just wait here for a few more people to get joined in here. Also, we're going to be taking votes on best paint schemes. So basically what I mean by that is during this video, I'm going to show you all the team's paints and everybody that submitted a paint scheme. And I want you guys to put in the comments who you think has the best creative paint. And also, might as well do the best creative team name too. So whoever you think has the best creative team name, and then whoever has the, your favorite paint. And you can select more than one driver, of course. Put in as many as you want. You don't have to remember the driver name when we're going through these. Just put down the car number, and I'll kind of keep tally of who you think has, or the car number, and we'll add them all up at the end of the video and let you know who has the most popular paint. But let's go ahead and start this video. Alrighty, so new changes for 2022. We have a new series title sponsor. Outlet Firearms is sponsoring this series. So they are going to be the NASCAR Next Gen series sponsor. And we're racing a new car. So it's going to be the Next Gen car. Last season was the Gen 6. So a brand new car. We're having team racing for the first time in the Fun League. And basically we're going to have two-man teams, and we're going to show you all the teams in this video. We have a brand new schedule. It's going to be the longest season yet. And I'm really excited for it because we're going to be at a lot of different tracks that we've never been to before. New paint schemes are coming up. We're going to show you all the new paints. A lot of these teams created paints just for this season, so we're going to show those off. We have a new set of rules, kind of similar to what we had before, but slightly tweaked. Also, Doug Burns will be broadcasting at How to Suck at iRacing, and he's going to be doing select races, probably not the whole season, but so if you're new to the league, you can catch Doug's broadcasts of the races and check those out. They're always super exciting to watch. He does a fantastic job at broadcasting. So he's on there as well. And then let's go ahead and check out the cars. So we'll start off with the cars. We have the Camaro, Camry, Mustang like before, but these are completely different because they're built from the ground up. So real quick, we'll talk about the cars. If you're new to Next Gen or new to NASCAR, these cars are completely different than last season. Basically what we got here is bigger brakes, an independent rear suspension. You got 18-inch wheels with the center locking hubs. You got, what was I going to say here? You got the rack and pinion. That was the big thing. So before you had the whole idler arm, pitman arm. The old steering was basically outdated. They've used that for so long in the NASCAR seasons that this next gen car is truly updated to represent more like the cars, the production cars on the road today. So the rack and pinion was a main thing. The independent rear was a second thing. But then you also got the uh, shorter deck lid. The car sits lower. But there's so many different things with this car that have changed since last season. So those are just some of the changes. And lastly, race on Sunday, some Monday. In my opinion, I think this car is more or closer to the production cars than they've ever been. Maybe since like the 50s or when NASCAR started out. This season with this next gen car is truly like the production cars on the road with the independent rear, the rack and pinions, the 18-inch aluminum wheels. My girlfriend helped make the slide, so thank you to her. Thank you, Brenna, for making this one. But we were going to show off all the cars. It was just too time consuming. But the Camaros, like you see on screen, you have the stock car at the race on track, and then you have the production Camaro behind it. They're basically the closest thing you can get to than they've ever been. Let's take a look at the schedule, guys. This is the longest season we've ever run. So we're going to start the season off at Martinsville Speedway on April 7th. That's this Thursday. And I think the race opens up at 7:30. We're racing at 8 o'clock. And then we're going to go to, I believe it's Bristol Dirt next weekend or next Thursday. And then Talladega Super Speedway coming up. But that is the schedule. The plan is halfway through the season, or towards the end of the season, I'm sorry, we're going to be running a playoffs. So September 1st, it looks like the first race of the playoffs is at Darlington. You'll have to stay tuned for that. We're going to go do a playoff series. And then we're going to end the season in Phoenix on November 3rd. So that is your season, or your schedule for this season. Alrighty, let's take a look at the Fun League teams. These are all the teams that have signed up. And I'm sorry if I missed anybody, but these are the logos that everybody submitted to me. We'll kind of go over them real quick. So first you got American Dirt Motorsports. I believe that is Skylar Massey. He submitted that to me. That's his team. You got B Main Bandits, which is Jackson McLean and Joey Smith. You got 2345 Racing, which is myself and Chad. Wreckers or Checkers, Tom Land and John Bennett. Christian Soldiers Racing, which is Jason Coffey and Wayne Bridges. And then you got, of course, Nezzy Frank Racing, which is Nick Frank and Ryan Nesbitt. You got Spears Cawthorn Racing. We also have Jones BS Racing. YRC Racing, which is two new members of the league. And, of course, Only Man's Racing. Those are the teams that are currently registered. And we're always accepting more if you guys want to sign up. So we're going to go ahead and look at the teams. First teams up, we're going to look at the Toyotas. We only have one team for the Toyotas. It is 2345 Racing. This is a team that me and Chad have created. And kind of a tribute to the actual 2311 Racing. But we're going to go ahead and look at our paint schemes here. So first paint schemes up, you got Chad Biesinger in the 23 and then myself in the 45. I'll be running two different paint schemes throughout the seasons. You have the Bell Tire 45 and that teal, and then the Monster Energy 45. Completely custom paint schemes for this year. Basically, I'm going to be running these throughout the season. Never ran these before. I just ran the Monster Energy one last week. But brand new paints. I think Chad as well. That's a brand new next-gen paint scheme that he just created. So there is your first team of the night. We're going to go ahead and look at the Fords. So the Fords consist of Ryan Nesbitt, Nick Frank, Wayne Bridges, Jason Coffey, Corey Goodall, and Tom Land. The two teams under Team Ford, you have Christian Soldiers Racing and Nezzy Frank Racing. And then let's go ahead and look at our first Ford team, Nezzy Frank Racing, sponsored by Outlet Firearms, so our season title sponsor. They're going to be sponsoring these guys on the cars. And they did a really fantastic job. I mean, Ryan's car, he submitted his paints. I was like, dude, that looks killer. And then I got Nick's in after that, and they did a fantastic job with them. I think that was super creative of them. I like the camo. with the outlet fire alarms paint scheme on there. They did a great job. That Ford Mustang is really good looking. Alrighty, next up, Christian Soldiers Racing. You got Jason Coffey and Wayne Bridges. Both running the white Ford Mustangs. Wayne is in the number 92. Jason is in the 07. And I'm sorry if I didn't mention the names or numbers. Guys, if you see a paint scheme that you like, just you could write down the number and just submit it in the comments and who you think you like the best. So we got Nick in the 44 and Ryan in the 74. And then you got Jason Coffey in the 07 and Wayne Bridges in the 92. All right, let's take a look at the next Ford team. You got Corey Goodall Racing in the 333. He's always got that orange camo paint scheme, always cool looking. Some great photos he sent in to me. So that's a good looking car. Love the car, Bristol too. Alrighty, our first split manufacturer team. You got Tom Land in the 91 Ford Mustang, and you got John Bennett in the number 20 Chevy Camaro. Both formed up to make Wreckers or Checkers Racing, and these guys are running the Mustang and the Camaro. I'm sorry. They're going to be Team MotoWear. That's their sponsor on the car. John Bennett's car, that's a fantastic paint scheme. I love that with the flames on the hood and everything like that. That is one cool looking paint scheme. Probably one of my favorites so far. Did a fantastic job on that one. Alrighty, we're going to look at the Chevrolets, and these are the teams that are currently signed up under Chevy. You got Wreckers of Checkers with John Bennett. You got Spears Cawthon Racing, Jones BS Racing, YRC Racing, Only Man's Racing, and B Main Bandits. Alrighty, so the Chevy camp is going to be the biggest in this whole series, the biggest organization. These are the list of all the drivers going to be racing Camaros. You got John Bennett, Michael Spears, Jackson McLean, Skylar Massey, Willie Mann Jr., Randy Cawthon, Joey Smith, Zach Ward, which is a new member. Thank you for joining, Zach. Also, Kane Vandemark. Zach and Kane will be teammates this season. Thank you guys for joining. You got Ed Jones Sr., Edmund Jones, William Mann Sr., Leo Giocondo, Jeff McCarter, and Oscar Henson. And I'm sorry if I left anybody out. These are the guys that were submitted to me, so I threw them in here. First up for Chevy, we're going to be looking at Oscar Henson Racing. We already did look at John Bennett's for Chevy, but we got Oscar Henson Racing up first here. He's got the Flow Racing sponsor, number 88 on the car. Looks great. Love the colors. Love the white, black, and red. That's a really good looking paint scheme. Definitely like that one. You got Spears Cawthon Racing SCR, Michael Spears in the Yellowwood 12, and then you got Randy Cawthon in the Pit Viper 31. Michael Spears brought up something really cool about Yellowwood. He basically said that so in real life, Michael Spears is a Yellowwood dealer, or he deals with Yellowwood, and he mentioned that he put them on his car and told his boss about it, and they were so excited that he did that they gave him tickets to the upcoming Talladega race that they sponsor. I thought that was awesome of them, and I wanted to give more of a shout out to Yellowwood, but that is really cool of them to do that. So congratulations to Michael for getting free NASCAR tickets, and then thank you Yellowwood for sponsoring NASCAR. It's really great of you guys to do that. But there's Spears Cawthon Racing, the 12 and the 31. Next up, we got Only Man's Racing. Of course, you got William Mann Jr. and William Mann Sr. I think this is super creative. I love the name. Only Man's, because of course, only the Mans are racing for it. So really, two really cool paint schemes. And I just realized I think I got to share this video to the league. I'm sorry, guys. Hold on 1 second. And before I go any farther, let me share this video to the iRacing Fun page. But we'll just kind of go back, look at the paint schemes real quick. And while I share this video to the league page before I forget, if you see any paint schemes that you guys like, please leave a comment. Let us know which ones are your favorites. should be good. I think I shared it to the group here. So I'm just going to cycle through the paints one more time real quick while I'm doing this. Just bear with me for one moment here. I think I got it. Did I get it? Sorry guys, I thought I shared this earlier. Share it to a group. There, I think I got it now. Hey John, thanks for the like. Did I get shared to the Fun League page? I think I did. My phone's going really slow. All right, share it to my wall. There we go. Got it up, guys. All right, we're good to go. Sorry about that. Don't want to waste any more of your time. We're going to go ahead and go back to the paint schemes. All right, so we left off on Only Man's Racing. You got Willie Man Jr. in the 29, Willie Man Sr. in the 57. Two brand new paint schemes. That 29 with the camo looks really cool. All right, next up, you got Edmund Jones in the 51 and Ed Jones in the 38 of Jones BS Racing. Really cool. If you don't see it, it is the Joker and the Batman paints, and they did a really good job with those. I think Edmund made those, I believe. He sent them in to me. Did a really good job on those. The Joker paint scheme's pretty cool, but if you're a Batman fan, that 38's really sharp. It looks like they're rocking the Edwards setups on the sponsor. So two very cool paint schemes. And then also next up, you got Jackson McLean and Joey Smith. Jackson in the 81, Joey in the 50, and they're running the B-Main Bandits team. Two pretty cool paint schemes. Jackson, I love the blue that he always runs. He always runs really cool blue paint schemes, black and blue. The 81 sharp, and then Joey with that gold. That stands out, man. I like that a lot. You got next up, you got Skylar Massey. I don't know if he's ever ran with us in the Cup Series before, but Skylar, thank you for joining. Skylar's running the 96. It looks like the SM Paintworks paint scheme. This looks like a Dale Jr. Throwback. I don't know if it's his last ride car or if it's just an old junior car. I don't know, but the junior paint scheme on this car looks badass. I like it. Michael Spears, thank you. I appreciate it. I don't know if you saw your paint schemes. I'll go back real quick to yours. I don't know if you just joined in, but I was showing everybody off yours and talked a little bit about the Yellowwood sponsor. And you can always go back when this video is over and rewatch it again too. Let's move forward, guys. Left off with Skylar Massey. And then you got YRC Racing. This is Zach Ward and Kane Vandemark. Zach is in the number 9, and Kane is in that number 6. That Mountain Dew paint scheme is really cool. I'm digging that. Two brand new guys to the league. So, guys, like I said earlier, thank you for joining the Fun League. Appreciate you guys, and can't wait to race with you on track. Alrighty, so some early predictions. This is where I'm getting towards the end of the video here. And then basically what I want to say about early predictions, I'm thinking John Bennett has got what it takes to have a blowout season. He came off, kind of had a disappointing season in the Gen 6 cars, but he's been dominating like crazy lately. He had the Spring Nationals Championship locked up. He's finished second or better in the last couple races that he ran, so he's really improving. So I think John Bennett is definitely going to be the one to watch this season, and I think he's going to have a great season in the asphalt. Ones to watch. Like I said, John Bennett, Spring Nationals champion. Congrats to him on that. Finished second or better in the last 3 races. Josh Roberts, thank you, man. Thanks for tuning in. Also, ones to watch, you got William Mans Jr. Of course, he had 3 wins, 8 top 5s, and he was the Gen 6 Cup champion. So definitely going to keep an eye on him. He's definitely going to have a couple more wins this season. Tom Land had a breakthrough season. He had 1 win, 4 top 5s. He was the Dirt to Daytona champion. Tom has led several laps last season. He did a great job at Michigan, I think, coming from the back to win the race. So definitely watch out for Tom Land. John Bennett and Tom Land is going to be one team that you're going to definitely want to watch this season. Also, we got Chad Biesinger. He was a Legends champion. He won the Street Stock Charlotte race in the Spring Nationals. He knows how to get it done on asphalt. I think he had a little bit of a disappointing season last year, but he's definitely going to be another one to watch. Chad is phenomenal on asphalt, and he's definitely going to be one of the guys that are going to be competing for wins. And last up, you got Ryan Nesbitt is a one to watch. He had 3 super speedway wins with only 5 starts, so he is your super speedway king. Anytime we go to Daytona or Talladega or a 2 mile track or anything like that, he's going to be the one guy that's going to be up there towards the front, towards the end, and watch him because he'll probably get around some guys and take and steal some of these wins. So those are your ones to watch. Let's go over the rules real quick, and then after I go through all this, guys, we're going to go back to the paint schemes, and then basically, like I said, tell me who's your favorite paint schemes. Just leave me the car number, and we're going to total up the paints, the numbers, and figure out who is the favorite of the season. But let's go over the rules real quick. So basically, like, if you've raced with us before, they're pretty much the same, but I think we've changed a couple things, added a few things. But all starts are on green as always. No passing on restart till after start finish line. That's a big one. We've seen that last season where a couple of cars were passing before the start finish line, and that got into a couple wrecks last season. So we don't do that. No passing on the restart till after you finish or cross the start finish line. We're going to clear all black flags, but you still have to serve any iRacing penalties. Leader can pick inside or outside on restart before 1 to green, so we've been doing that. That's pretty much the same thing. 1 wave around per caution per driver. So if you're a lap down, you get 1 wave around per caution. And every driver that's a lap down will get 1 wave around per caution per driver. That makes sense. Okay, so we're going to do 3 quick repairs. Also, I forgot to mention, we're going to have a race control. So they're going to have somebody that's watching the race and make the judgments on who needs an EOL or who watching the wrecks on who caused what. Race control will give an EOL to the cause of the wreck. So that's another rule right there. We're going to do 4 sets of tires this season per race. We're doing 2-man teams max this season. May change next year, but this season we're doing 2-man teams. One biggie with the teams is no intentionally slowing down a line for a teammate. So, for instance, if we're at Daytona or Talladega, don't be slowing down your line and trying to let your teammate go in front of you. That's a big no-no, and we're going to have race control kind of monitor that. Use pit road properly. This is a good one here. Basically, when you're going down pit road, use it as you would in real life. So, basically, you want to use proper pit road etiquette. Stay on the right side, and when you get towards your pit stall, then turn in. You don't want to just drive down this all the pit, where people pull into their pits. You don't just drive straight through all of them. Try and use pit road properly so that way everybody can get in and out and not have to get checked up or anything like that. That's basically it. Most importantly, have fun, guys. That's what we're all here for. We're all here to have a good time, and everybody here is pretty respectful towards each other. So that's basically it. So we're going to go ahead and go through the paints. Think, yep. All right, so back to the paints, guys. I'm just going to cycle through these real quick and kind of give you all more of an idea of what they look like. If you just tuned in, thanks for joining us. I showed all these earlier, but we're going to go through them one more time. So 2345 Racing, you got me and Chad. So Chad's in the 23, I'm in the 45 car. So there's your first 2 paint schemes up of the night. And then next up, you got Nezzy Frank Racing. You got Nick Frank in the 44, Ryan in the 74. Christian Soldiers Racing, Jason Coffey and Wayne Bridges. Wayne's in that 92, Jason's in the 07. And I don't know what it is, but the white and black Mustangs look really sharp. So I don't know if you watch NASCAR, guys, or if anybody's watched it, but at Daytona, You had Austin Cindric win the Daytona 500. I'm not a big Ford guy, but that Mustang just looked really sharp. And I don't know what it is about the white with the Mustang, but it looks really good. So I definitely dig those paint schemes. I think they look really sharp. I do like the camo on these guys' paint schemes. I think that was really creative and they did a fantastic job. I do like the simple white look to it as well. The white and black looks awesome on the Mustang. Next up, you got Corey Goodall Racing, the 333. Joey Smith, yeah, the 50 is the best. No, John, I wasn't trying to put a target on your back or anything like that, but you've been doing a phenomenal job this last couple races. I mean, you've had what, second and first technically the last three races. Records or checkers with Tom Land, John Bennett. John's paint scheme's on point with that fiery. I want to say it was like a devil thing, but I think he changed it. It was something else. But Motorwear International sponsor on the side there. It's got like a fire and the Punisher logo on the hood. That's an awesome looking paint scheme. I like the red. The red's kind of like a chrome look to it. Pretty sweet. Tom's rocking the 91. Pretty basic look to it, but still sharp looking. Oscar Henson Racing, the Flow Racing paint scheme in the 88. That looks awesome. Like that too. Spears Coughlin Racing. Like I said earlier, Michael Spears was talking about Yellowwood and how they. Michael mentioned to Yellowwood about how he put the sponsor on his car, and he mentioned it to his boss, and they were so excited that he did that they gave him free NASCAR tickets. So if you're just tuning in now, Yellowwood is a really good company to deal with, and they are giving out free tickets to their employees to go to the Talladega race that they're sponsoring this year. So pretty cool on their part. But you also got Randy Cawthorn in the Pit Viper car, the 31. Two awesome looking paint schemes there. I do like the wood along the bottom of the 12 car on that paint. That's pretty sweet. I like both of those. Only Man's Racing. Excuse me. I think this is probably my favorite team name. I think it's the most creative out of all of them because for one, Only Man's, you got only William Mann and only, they're both William Mann, so they're Only Man's Racing, and then, the OnlyFans thing. I don't know, I think it was super creative on their part. Awesome looking logo. I think that's one of my favorite team names as far as all the teams go. You got Edmund Jones in the 51, Ed Jones in the 38. Like I said earlier, that's the Joker and the Batman paint schemes. Two really good looking cars. The 38 looks like it's got kind of like a goldish chrome look to it. I think that looks very sharp. So pretty cool looking. And then I'm a sucker for black and green, so that black and green with the purple on it, that looks sweet too. Now I think about it, I've never really seen the next gen cars with painted wheels. I think that's the first one. Okay, you got the Coca-Cola with the white. I haven't seen too many next gens with the green. That's pretty sweet, actually. You got Jackson McLean in the 81, Joey Smith in the 50. Two more pretty cool looking paint schemes. And then you got Skylar Massey in the 96. Like I said earlier, that's like the Dale Jr. Kind of a throwback paint scheme. That's what it kind of reminds me of. And then last up, you got Zach Ward in the 9, Kane Vandermark in the 6. I like that Mountain Dew paint scheme too. It's pretty sweet. Alrighty, guys. So what do you think? Leave a comment who you think who has the best paint scheme, and then who do you think has the best team name? So you got YRC Racing with Zach and Kane. You got American Dirt Motorsports with Skylar. You got B Main Bandits with Jackson and Joey, who are just dominant on dirt. You got the 81, the 50 there. Edmund Jones and Ed Jones, 51, and Ed Jones is 38. Jones BS Racing. Only Man's Racing. William Mann Jr. is the 29, and William Mann Sr. is the 57. Spears Coughlin Racing SCR. I'm digging that logo. You got Michael in the 12 and Randy in the 31. Oscar Henson Racing in the 88. Records or Checkers Racing, you got Tom Land in the 91, John Bennett in the 20. Just kind of going through the paint schemes one last time, guys. Corey Goodall in the 333. It's a really cool looking paint scheme too. I don't know how he did that camo like that, but I dig that. It's pretty sweet. You got Jason Coffey in the 07, Wayne Bridges in the 92. Nezzy Frank Racing, Nick's got the 44, Ryan Nesbitt's in the 74. And then the last team, 2345 Racing, you got Chad Biesinger in that 23 car, and then myself in the 45. I was basically showing off two different paint schemes this season. I just had a second one created not that long ago. So we're going to be running this teal paint scheme up here in the top. Pretty cool. I think I actually like that one better than the Monster one. Monster one is, obviously my favorite, but I'm starting to really like this teal one better the more and more I look at it. So I might be racing that one more than the Monster one, but as far as both of those goes, those are the two paint schemes that I'm running. And that's it, guys. So let me know, who do you think has the best paint scheme? So leave the car number in the comments who you like the best. So far, we got Joey Smith says the 50 looks the best. So Joey, that's 1 point towards you. I'm trying to figure out who I would pick if I was to pick one. I think that Batman paint scheme is pretty darn cool. I like that black with the gold. John's got 20. He says 20, obviously. So we got one towards the 20, one towards the 50. Josh Roberts says 51 and Only Man's Racing. Yeah, the 51 with the Joker. I like that Joker paint scheme. That's cool. There's that 50 that Joey voted for, obviously. Josh Roberts, I would have got you in here. I made a post earlier about anybody that wanted to share their paints, post it. You don't have to race with us full time if you don't want to, but I just basically put everybody that would send me a photo in this little project that I made. And if I left anybody out, I apologize. I didn't mean to leave anybody out. But if you're racing with us, I just put in everything that you guys sent me. So if you guys sent me a photo, it's in here. And thank you guys for all your support on sending me your team logos and your paints. But if I left anybody out, it wasn't on purpose. Alrighty, so what do we got here? Let me write this down. So number 50, we got one vote for the, so 2 votes for the 50. I'm gonna tally this up. John's got a vote for the 20. We got a vote for the 51. And Josh, you're saying Only Man's Racing has the most creative team name, right? So Michael Spears, I'll give you a vote for yours as well. You got the number 12. 20 and 51. You guys can vote multiple times. Let me know who you like. If you like more than one paint scheme, I'm not going to keep you at only one vote. I'm going to go, sorry, I'll keep cycling through these paints. I'm not going to limit you to one vote. So if you guys like multiple of these, like I like the Batman car, I can't pick just one. Willie Mann Jr.'s number 29 paint scheme. That is sharp. I like that camo. It reminds me of like a Kevin Harvick kind of car. I think that's what he's going for. He's got man maintenance on the side for the sponsor. Digging that. That Coca-Cola paint scheme is really sharp too. Very clean look. He's actually got Coke right behind the 7 if you look on the side there. Pretty cool. Yellowwood paint scheme's awesome too. I dig that. Oscar Henson has a really cool paint scheme too. I'm digging that black, red, and white there. Only Man's name definitely got the win. Okay, I'm going to put that 2 for Only Man's. I definitely like that team name. I think that's probably one of the most creative. Yeah, Joey's blue and gold wrap on that number 50 is awesome. So far, number 50's got 2 votes, guys. Actually, I'm sorry, John has 2 votes too. So, John Bennett right now, we got 2 votes for John in that number 20 car on the right side there. And then we got 2 votes for Joey in the 50. '51, yeah. I know the 51's sweet too. The thing about Nick and Ryan's paint schemes here, they remind me of like a Call of Duty like a gun skin or something, like a camo gun skin that you can get in Call of Duty or something like that. That's what those remind me of. I like it. I definitely think they're cool. Someone probably spent a lot of time creating that, so I give props to them on those. Josh voting for 20 as well. Okay, so that's 3 votes for number 20. Got John Ben in the lead with the most popular paint scheme so far. John's car is sharp. This paint scheme right here, um, I dig that a lot. That number 20 is really sharp. And it's like, correct me if I'm wrong, John, that's like a like kind of a red chrome look to it. I dig that. So that's your leader for the night right now. Michael Spears, the 45. Yeah, I like the belt tire on that one too. Like I said, I'm a big Monster fan, obviously. Um, but I'm really digging the way the teal with the belt tire ended up. So obviously that's a Money Lion kind of tribute paint scheme. Obviously I'm not sponsored by Money Lion or Monster or Bell Tire. I work at Bell Tire, but um, I just thought it'd be cool to kind of take the Kurt Busch Money Lion paint scheme, kind of make it my own. So we basically remove them, put Bell Tire on the side, and call it a day. And it actually turned out really good. And I'll show you guys that paint scheme as we move through the season. Camera's unfocusing. There we go. Okay. Yeah, Chris did a phenomenal job on your paint scheme. Love that paint scheme. So we got 3 votes for John, guys. Number 20 car is 3 votes. Joey Smith in the 50 has 2 votes. Um, the Yellowwood number 12 has 1 vote. 51 has 2 votes. There's the 51 again by Edmund Jones. He did a fantastic job in those paint schemes. I think John's paint scheme is probably going to be the best. Probably going to be the winner. There's that 50 gold yellow car again. That one's got 2 votes. Alrighty, guys. So that's gonna do it for the night. I'll kind of, if you just joined in, you didn't miss, or if you missed the beginning of the video, I'll kind of go through these slides one more time before we head out. Like I was saying, Doug Burns is going to be broadcasting select races this season. I don't know if he's going to be able to do the whole entire season because we're doing so many races. But you can catch out Doug's videos on how to suck at iRacing. Um, and then I'll kind of just go through these real quick. Like I said earlier, you guys already know. You got the Camaro, Camry, and the Mustang. Um, there is the schedule again. I think a lot of you guys have already seen the schedule, but it's going to be the longest season. We're going to be doing a playoff in September at Darlington as the first race of the playoffs. This schedule, I'm sorry, is going to follow the actual current NASCAR Cup season. So what they're racing on the weekend is what we're going to be racing on Thursday night. There's your team names. And like you said, I think Only Mans has the vote for the best team name. I think they got the best one. If you run a you run a paint scheme from Chris, they give you +5 on speed. I think you're right, man, because Josh, when I went to when he made me those Belt Tire late model paint schemes, I swear, man, he said he won like 3 races, or he was I can't remember what he said. This was like a couple months ago, but when he made me the number 3 limited late model Belt Tire car, and he said he was racing it because he forgot to take it off of his thing and switch his to his other paint scheme. He won like 3 races straight. So he's like, man, he's like, I don't want to take it off because it's good luck. So Chris does make really good paint schemes. He does a fantastic job. So thank you, Chris, for making John's and mine as well, and everybody. He did a great job on Josh Roberts' paint scheme. His 42 looks awesome. Everybody's paint scheme he did in the front league. He did a fantastic job, Chris. But yeah, +5 on speed. You're probably right. You needed to catch Man Jr. We're all going to need to catch Man Jr. this season. I'll go through the teams real quick one more time. So, like I said earlier, you got Team Toyota. We only have one team. Me and Chad teamed up for 2345 Racing. We're the only Toyota team. And then you got Team Ford, which is Ryan, Nick, Wayne, Jason, Corey, and Tom. Nezzy Frank Racing. Christian Soldiers Racing. Corey Goodall Racing. And I don't know if I mentioned it, guys, but if you're watching this video and you're new to the league, you don't need a team to participate in this series. Um, you can race solo. I think basically what Nick is going to do is he's going to have like a separate points thing for the teams where like I'm not sure how he's going to work it. We're going to have to figure that out, but I believe it's going to be separate. So if you're running solo, you can still go and compete for the championship. You're not going to lose out on points if you're not on a team. So for instance, you got Corey Goodall here. I don't believe Corey's on a team. But he's still going to be going out there and competing for wins, and you're going to still have points with everybody else. The team is just like an additional fun little aspect of this season. The Chevys have the most amount of cars. You got, I don't know if you guys saw it earlier, but this is everybody that's so far competing this season in a Chevy. Those are all the names. I'm not going to go through them again, but and then all the Chevy paint schemes. I know, John, you guys do have the most fitting team name. I think when it comes to creativity, I think Only Mans has the win. I think that's going to be the winner here. But Wreckers or Checkers, definitely. You and Tom are, whenever we do enduros, you guys are always the most. You have the most incident points. So I think Wreckers or Checkers is a very fitting team name for you guys. I agree. Alrighty, guys, take your vote. If there's anybody left that wants an input on which paint schemes you think look the best, just leave the car number, your favorite car number in the comments, and let us know which paint scheme you think looks the best. These are all the brand new paint schemes that are going to be running for the new NASCAR season upcoming on April 7th. The race opens up this Thursday at 7:30 for practice, and the race will be starting, I think, at 8:05, if I'm not mistaken. So we're just kind of showing you off all the new paint schemes and all the new teams that are registered. And if I left anybody out, I apologize. We're showing off all the new cars and paints for this season. So I'm going to go back through it one more time, guys. If there's anybody else that wants to leave a comment and let me know who you think has the best paint. As of right now, I think we got John Bennett in the lead as the most popular paint. And then you got Only Mans as the most creative team name. So I'll go through these one more time before we end the video. I think Joey's in second place here. He's got 2 votes for that number 50. You got 2 votes for the 51. And we got John right now has 3 votes for the 20. I think I'd have to give a vote to that car right there. I like the white. I'm a sucker for white paint schemes. Even though I don't run them, but I like the way that the white cars look. Like I was saying earlier, the Mustangs look really cool in white for some reason. But that white, black, and red 88, that's pretty sharp. I like that. Going backwards. Yeah, I think that's going to do it, guys. So congratulations to John Bennett. John Bennett is the winner with the most popular paint scheme. Let me go back here real quick. Let me cycle through these. Let me go the other way. Sorry, John. I'm going to show you the other photo we have of your car before we head out. There we go. So you got John Bennett in the Spring Nationals. He won the championship for that. He also won Talladega, right behind Willie Mann Jr. But for the series, he won at Talladega. He came to the line. It was 4 wide there. It was an amazing finish. But that paint scheme is on point. I love it. And that's going to be the winner for this season. John has the most popular paint. And that's going to do it, guys. No more votes. Alrighty, that's going to do it for the video. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Hope this was a cool video for you guys. Just basically wanted to show you my appreciation for everybody. Thank you to everyone who submitted a paint and submitted their logos. And look forward to racing all you guys on the track. After this video is over, you can go back and watch it from the very beginning where I talked about the upcoming changes and everything like that. But everybody, let's have fun. This Thursday night, first race at Martinsville. Hope to see you guys all there. And like I said, you can catch the broadcast from Doug on How to Suck at iRacing. He'll be broadcasting the race. And also, we will be streaming the race on Wonder Dads Gaming. So I want to leave that as well. You can catch our live stream on Wonder Dads on Facebook or YouTube. And you can also watch it through Doug's broadcasting as well. But thank you guys for watching, and we'll catch you on Thursday. So everybody have a good night, and we'll see you then. All right, see ya.